So hey, it's me again. The guy who's gonna tell you what you can or can't do in a workout. Alright, what's up guys? Welcome back to another week, another tip. And you already know, in this video, I'm gonna talk about how you can do a proper push-up, right? As you can see in the title. And this is a really simple exercise, I would say, but a lot of people, they kind of like rush it. They kind of like do it the wrong way, especially when you get better at working out, right? You tend to want to push in more reps, right? Push it out, do like 70 reps, 100 reps, 150 reps in one set, right? There's nothing wrong with that if you can do it with the proper form, right? What you want to train, as long as you do the proper form, you always get gains, right? But as we get good at something, we tend to kind of sometimes lower the form a little bit, lower the quality, and kind of like up our quantity, and that kind of like ruins our gains in the end. Unlike the beginning when we really focus on the quality more than the quantity, right? Same goes for any exercises actually. But today we're gonna talk about push-ups. So the thing about push-ups is sort of like a bench press, and you know, like right now it's kind of like during the pandemic, everyone working out at home. The push-ups is a really good exercise, right, that everyone can do without any equipment. So I'm gonna show you what's the push-up actually. So a standard push-ups, there's many ways you can do a push-up actually, but the normal one is just like laying on the ground, right, and then just go down and push up. Simple as that, right? Now it seems simple, but a lot of people do it wrongly because of the speed, right? Like what I said earlier. And of course you can say there's a lot of other push-ups like archer push-ups, weighted push-ups, like, you know, white grip, diamond, zero push-ups and all that. But we're gonna start off with the normal push-ups. And think about normal push-ups, it's kind of like a bench press without the bench, right? And without the barbell, of course. Because you mimic the same movement as you do a bench press, right? You kind of like push it up, goes down, so it's kind of like a push-up, right? So a lot of people kind of like speed things up when they come to a push-up. Is because unlike a bench press, I don't know, maybe people are afraid of it dropping down and squeezing their neck. A push-up, you don't kill yourself, right? You just push faster to get more pump, more blood flow. And a lot of people feel that way. The more reps you do, the more growth you get, right, in your muscles. And it's not wrong, you do get more muscles based on the blood flow, but if you speed things up, you also risk getting injured. You also gonna target the wrong muscles. Maybe sometimes you're gonna focus more on your left side instead of your right side, instead of balancing out both arms, right, when you're doing the push-up, or both of your chest, for example, right? You always want to keep things slow, keep things simple when it comes to push-up. And I see a lot of people when they do push-ups, the reason why they do it fast is because they kind of feel it's getting easy. Number one, it's getting easy, starting to get easy, and if they do it slow, low rep, they don't see any gains, which is wrong. If you do it the proper form, right, if you engage the right muscles, actually you're using more muscles than your shoulder, your triceps, and your chest actually when you're doing the push-ups. These are the three main muscles that it kind of grows, but it kind of also uses your core. It's a compound movement, it uses your core, your back, and also, you know, basically the whole part of your body, right? But people always think that it kind of just using your shoulder, chest, and triceps, right? Which is not true. If you're doing it the right way, it's gonna feel much more intense than it should, right?
9,002, 9,003, 9,000.
Kind of like a bench press, if you do it right, it's gonna feel a lot harder even though you are using kind of a low weight, right? So this is what you see people do, right? Normally as a push-up, right? Nothing wrong with that, right? But if you really squeeze it in, you kind of feel your abs as well, right? On your bottom here, you feel your abdominals, and also at your upper back area, you kind of feel the squeeze, kind of like when you're doing a pull-up, right? When you're doing a pull-up, you kind of get the contraction at the back, kind of a lockout, right? You're pulling the scapula. Same thing as a push-up. When you're doing it right, you're kind of squeezing it, all the muscles, right? Your abdominals, your back, your tricep, and so on, right? So you're squeezing in, right? So a lot of people, they tend to do it fast while not locking the back and the abdominals. If you do it that way, locking it in, it makes it much harder, right? And I bet you won't be able to do 100 reps if you do it the proper way, which I just did earlier. Locking out your shoulders, getting the tight squeeze at your back, and also squeezing your abdominals. You're gonna get tired much quicker, right? And you're gonna build more quality reps than instead of high reps and no quality, right? So that's one thing, people lacking the form, and also kind of neglect the both part that I mentioned earlier, the back and the abdominals. So that's the thing you guys should be focusing on. Don't worry too much on the reps, worry on locking out everything, making the reps as smooth as possible, right? Definitely also keep in mind when you're doing the push-up, the range of motion is really important. You don't want to do a half rep. Always go the maximum to the bottom and then up the highest, right? You don't want to push out a half rep but increases the quantity. It's kind of like useless if you do that. You might get more quantity, but it's kind of like a low gain. So you want to go, you don't want to do this, right? It's fast, it's cool, you get more reps, 100 reps in a set. But what you could do, the better way, is go down slow. Now you can push up fast if you want, or you can just do it at normal speed, which is just okay, right? So if you go down, if you go down slow, come up, go down slow, come up, it's gonna make it much more intense that way. And definitely focus to do like that. You're gonna build better muscles, right? You're gonna balance out the both areas of your arms, right? Instead of like getting a stronger left arm or a stronger right arm, you're gonna balance out the strength in both ways and also build more consistent muscles, right? And like I say, if you stiffen up your whole body, it's gonna definitely reduce your reps, but it's gonna increase the quality of your performance and your gains, right? So another thing that I want to mention is when people are doing the hand placement, right? People sometimes want to target the chest. You know, people always say you want to target your chest, open wider, you're gonna flare out, and you want to train your triceps. You're gonna, you know, your elbow's gonna go backwards more than it's going out, right? Let me show you, right? That's what I mean. If you want to train chest, it's gonna like flare out, right? If you want to train triceps, it's gonna, the more you lean forward to your body, the more it's gonna train your chest. The more you move out, it's gonna train your chest, right? So kind of wide right now, it's gonna train my chest, right? And if I go in, it's gonna train my triceps now. Right? I think you know what I mean now. But some people, they kind of flare it out too much, right? Too much, like what I mean, like this. You never want to do this because it causes injury on your shoulder. Right? Now some people say it may be a white push-ups or whatever, but doing it this way, kind of like super flare out, it's really gonna endanger your shoulder, which you should avoid. So there's only like there's two ways. One is the chest, where you flare out a little bit to the side, and one more is to the back, right? 90 degrees to the back. You gotta train more on your triceps, right? So that's the thing you want to focus on when you train. A lot of people, they do it the wrong way, kind of flare it out too much, and it causes injury on the shoulders, right? And the third thing is, the more you're gonna lock out your body, definitely the more intense it's gonna be. Like the first thing that I mentioned earlier, bend, like a bend position where you hold. You want to lock it out, right? Lock it out, and make sure you don't like put your arms to the front too much like that, right? And you don't want to squeeze your neck too much like this. I do see some people do that. It's so difficult. I don't know how they do it, but they do it anyways, right? It's gonna like cramp your neck, create some injuries for you for no reasons, right? Make sure you don't do this. Don't do this. And definitely, don't do this.
Word around the office is you've got a fat cock.
Right? Definitely don't do any of that, right? Instead, just tense up your whole body, right? Squeeze it up, contract your back, go down. Now I personally like to do the tricep version more. Right? So if you do it the proper way, I guarantee you'll burn out way quicker, and it's gonna lower your reps, but it's okay. Lowering the reps, but getting the gains, getting the right performance, the right movement is definitely always way better than pushing out all the quantities, right? So hope you guys learned something. If you guys enjoyed this, definitely smash the like button. If you guys want to see more tips and tricks about workout, definitely type on tips if you want to see more videos like that, and I'll see what I come out the next time, right? So consider subscribing if you like tutorials, like reviews and challenges that I do, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.